Grave Hill, part of Next Up, right here on 999 The Fan. At this time, I'm being joined by two very special guests. We have brothers Chase Nixon and Luke Nixon, part of the NC State baseball team. Pac-9 heading to Omaha this weekend. They'll be taking on Kentucky in the very first game, first pitch at 2 p.m. Gentlemen, I guess the first thing I need to say is congratulations on all the achievements this season, but job's not done, right? How does it feel to be going to Omaha this weekend?
Yeah, Luke.
It's definitely a weird feeling being as a freshman. I feel a little bit spoiled first year, being able to go to Omaha. And I think as the season started, we all had the same goal. And I think we rode that goal out the whole year, even through some tough times, some injuries. And I think we came out on top, and I think we deserve it, honestly.
Yeah, as he said, dealt with some tough injuries throughout the season. Josh Hoke obviously getting hurt did not help us. Shane Van Dam getting hurt during the season, and Matt Willitson getting hurt before the season certainly put us in a tough spot. We've, responded so well. We believe in one another, and that's just been the biggest thing for us.
I guess Luke kind of brought it up. Luke, as a freshman, you said you feel a little spoiled when on your very first year getting ready to go to the College World Series. And Chase is one of the upperclassmen. You've kind of seen this before, and you guys have both been on some championship caliber teams in your high school careers. Just Luke, as a freshman, how's it feel? And then Chase is one of the upperclassmen leaders on this team. How's it feel for you?
Um, like I said, like I feel spoiled. I know Chase had a little bit more championship teams in the past. High school, I remember his Pee Wee football team went to Florida. I never got to go to Florida. Chase's three baseball teams were loaded, and they got to go to the state championship, as well as their football teams. And honestly, I didn't have that much in high school to do with that. And I think it's nice being on the same team now. Maybe Chase has some good luck to him because we're going to Omaha this year.
Yeah, no, I've been blessed to play on some great high school and college teams. In high school we won two state championships my junior and sophomore year, and then football we won my sophomore year as well. Just being around all those great players, you understand what it takes to win at the highest level, to go out and compete and to leave everything on the field.
Let's go back to your high school careers just for a little bit, because I feel like this all starts with sort of the championship pedigree that is emboldened into the Nixon family. Obviously, your father being a World Series champion, Trout Nixon, and then Chase, your state title for New Hanover High School, and Luke, you having some deep runs in the state playoffs as well for New Hanover. Where does this experience rank for both of you guys as far as your baseball lives?
Definitely the top for sure. I would say the high school state run was like a great moment in life, but the looks on everyone's faces last night when we got that final out and being able to rush the dog pile and see our coaches' faces for everything they worked so hard for us and everyone. It was definitely a dream come true and definitely probably the best feeling I've had on the diamond.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Winning in high school was a lot of fun, but nothing really tops this, man. I mean, just being in that atmosphere last night with those Georgia fans and our fans in that ballpark, it was truly a special experience that I'll never forget.
I need to correct myself. Trot Nixon, not Trout Nixon. My apologies on that one. Speaking of Trot Nixon, I know he has some very cool memorabilia down in the basement in Wilmington. As far as the Nixon household, take me through the competitive dynamics between the two of y'all, whether it's been playing pickup basketball in your driveway, a game of 2K, Madden. How have those sort of early competitive natures between the two of y'all shaped and molded you into your playing careers today?
Well, yeah, this is a great question here. Because we used to compete all the time, whether it was football in the backyard, baseball, basketball, even video games. And I think all those years of just playing versus each other built this type of dynamic where we rooted for each other in our own sports. And then we got the chance to play together in high school, the COVID year. We really enjoyed as little of that season as we had. We really enjoyed it, and I think we both ultimately wanted to play together. And I couldn't be more happy that Luke's here playing with me here at NC State, and as for next year as well.
Yeah, there's too many stories of funny stories and of us playing in the backyard wiffle ball, him letting me getting some free stolen bases. I got too many fond memories of that. And even in the front yard playing basketball, even though we're not the best basketball players, we just love to compete, honestly. And I think that's part of our game on the baseball field. It's not the most talent ever, but we just go out and compete, and that helps us.
I know Legion Stadium down in Wilmington, both of you guys being natives of Wilmington, North Carolina, holds a certain place in your heart when you were playing high school baseball for New Hanover. And I'm sure back then the goal in your college career was to be in this moment, right? Getting ready to play in the College World Series. What do you think both of your high school selves will be thinking right now as you guys get ready to play in the College World Series?
I think for me, I'd be shocked. But I did always tell myself and to the people around me, whichever college that I decided I wanted to go to, I wanted to compete for a national championship. And just having that dream come true for myself all those years ago is truly a blessing. And I couldn't be more thrilled.
I think players get skewed nowadays on like the draft more than winning an actual national championship.
Hmm.
People obviously go to colleges on where they get the most looks and where they can put up the best stats. But I think why we're so good is as a team, we know we actually all have one goal, and that's to win a national championship.
Transition to both of you guys' college career. Chase Nixon and Luke Nixon join me part of Next Up right here on 999 The Fan as they get ready to prepare for the College World Series. Part of the NC State Wolfpack roster. Luke, who was the better recruiter? Was it Coach Aben or was it your brother Chase?
Definitely Chase. I remember he didn't talk to me much about it, but honestly, it wasn't even in the back of my mind that I could come here one day. I thought it was in high school. I was a little bit worse than the competition in the ACC, but throughout the years, I got better and I honed my skills, and I'm playing now at a team that's competing for a College World Series.
Both of you guys' dad, Trot Nixon, being a part of the 04 World Series with the Boston Red Sox team. I'm sure he played in a lot of hostile environments, Yankee Stadium being one of them in the playoffs. Did he share any advice with the two of you guys to kind of help you manage the hostile environments you might play in, not only in the ACC, but probably the Super Regional this past weekend, and how to just live in the moment and stick to your game?
Yeah, no, I think it's more so just to focus on what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish there in the outfield or in the infield or at the plate. I think when you're focused on competing and just being in the moment, I think those things you hear in the crowd tend to kind of dissipate.
Yeah, I think the crowd just feeds your fire, honestly. Like ECU, I know Carolina, they have some rowdy fans, and obviously the SEC, like we had in Georgia. I think it can feed into your game, and if you just go out there and compete, it'll all turn out for you.
Luke, as a freshman player, how do you adjust to those atmospheres?
Definitely something I didn't have in high school. We're kind of a smaller town high school. We had good baseball, but it was 4A, so it wasn't like the biggest, like in Georgia and Texas. But honestly, I don't have much advice, and I didn't have much going into it. I know Chase and Trot gave me some advice. Just don't feed into it, and just let your game do the talking.
Final question here for Chase Nixon and Luke Nixon, part of the NC State baseball team as they prepare to play in the College World Series this weekend. Game 1 against Kentucky at 2 p.m. this Saturday. This season has had a lot of adversity this year. You guys have dealt with injuries throughout the season, kind of up and down in performances at times, but then beating Georgia in the winner-take-all series last night or this past Monday night. What's sort of the team motto in the clubhouse right now, and what are you guys living by? Because it feels like at this point in the season for any college baseball team, you kind of have to have a team motto to come together.
Yeah, I think team motto is "Job's not finished." I think we've already came this far. Like, why not go and win the College World Series? And I think that's what we're all focused on right now.
Yeah, totally agree. It's just a simple process of buying into what we're doing, believing in one another, and just going out and competing and truly enjoying the moment. I think people get here and they get their heads wrapped up in, Omaha and trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to be, this big great ordeal instead of just going out and doing your job.
That just about does. I mean, congratulations on what you guys have been able to accomplish so far this season, but I think you said it perfectly. Job certainly not finished. Chase, Luke, really appreciate your time. I'm sure everybody in the town of Wilmington is going to love this interview and supporting you guys back home, and best of luck to the rest of the team as you guys get ready for College World Series this weekend.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.